Genius for life. Coconut smoothies coming at you. All right. How's it going? Welcome to 15 Minutes of Genius. This is episode 42. And we have another fellow Canadian on our show. We had Jake Carls, also Canadian, on our last show, episode 41. We're going back-to-back Canadian here, so this is pretty awesome stuff. Historical moments on our program. Before introducing our guest, I want to make a big plug to Mark Nicholas, Mark at ManhattanBeachStudios.net. For all your editing desires. He does photos, videos. We're probably going to hire him to smash some coconuts open and make it look really, really cool and kick-ass. So get ready for that coming in April or May. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself and promoting genius, which is not why we have this show. We're bringing on great entrepreneurs, and this is one of them. Erica Rankin, she is the CEO and founder of Brodo. I love the name. So Brodo is a reinvention of a nostalgic treat, cookie dough. Edible cookie dough. Not only does Brodo use quality ingredients, it is 100% vegan, contains an average of 5 grams of plant-based protein per serving. Brodo also contains less sugar than traditional cookie dough. Our vision is to create a world where anyone can eat an entire jar of cookie dough and still feel good about themselves. Is that possible? I guess it is now. And now you can have your dough and eat it too. Erica, how's it going?
It's going well. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, you are a fellow Canadian citizen, the second one to be on our show. So again, yeah, thank you for joining us, and a lot of questions, a lot of things to unpack here. Let's start with your product, and I want to ask because there's a lot of entrepreneurs. We get thousands of views and a lot of people watching the show. So cookie dough, what's going on in this category? Why did you select this category? Is it growing? Are there more and more people buying edible cookie dough? I know there was a cookie dough brand on Shark Tank, I think called Edible. But tell us more about the category, why you decided to go into it, and how you're really differentiating yourself in the set.
Yeah, so there are many edible cookie doughs out there on the market. In Canada, there are no vegan ones, none with added plant-based protein. So that's a differentiating factor with my product. And why did I choose cookie dough? So cookie dough for me is such a nostalgic treat. Like I grew up eating it with my sister and my mom. We'd be making cookies and my mom would always ask like, who wants to lick the bowl? And I would always fight with my sister over the bowl. Like we loved it. It was the best part. So I kind of wanted to bring that nostalgic treat back and see if there was a way that I could make it healthier and make it a better for you product. In terms of like the edible cookie dough industry, it is growing. And I think it's something that a lot of like millennials and Gen Zs are really drawn to. I know like my parents don't really understand it. They would rather eat cookies than cookie dough. So yeah, that's kind of like where the inspiration came from Brodo. And then I named it Brodo because of the added plant-based protein. Like it's one of those terms, like, you know, when you go to the gym and guys are like, oh, you even lift, bro. So I wanted to kind of make it fun and playful and targeted towards that demographic. Most of my customers are fitness advocates and they do work out and they do buy the product because of that added protein element.
Awesome. And really, you know, with a lot of CPG brands, it really comes down to not only the product and the quality, but also the name and the branding. And it's really, really catchy. Like we're called Genius Juice. It really rolls off the tongue. And it's same thing with Brodo. So I think really excellent. I'm actually surprised that the name was not taken already because it seems like such a great name for anything like edible dough or anything with dough in it. So regular cookie dough normally has eggs, normally has dairy. What are the ingredients in your product? Like what makes it like that doughy kind of texture? Tell us more about like how you make it and what's in it.
So it's pretty comparable to traditional cookie dough. However, I swapped out a bunch of things. Instead of like white bleached flour, I use a whole wheat heat treated flour because you can't eat flour raw. There's no eggs, there's no butter. I have oil in there as the fats. There's chocolate chips. Instead of white granulated sugar, I still wanted to keep sugar in there, but I wanted a better sugar. So I use organic turbinado sugar, I use stevia, and then a pea fiber syrup as well. So it's pretty similar in taste to regular cookie dough. It's just not the exact same. It'd be similar to someone who loves ice cream. If they wanted a healthier ice cream, like there's like Halo Top and similar brands like that, they go for that. My cookie dough is kind of like that in its category.
Is it refrigerated? Is it frozen? Where's it usually sold in the store?
So we're very small right now, and I'm in a couple mom and pop shops, but it is stored and sold in the refrigerated section, and then here like I have it kept in the freezer because it just extends the shelf life.
Got it. Got it. It's pretty amazing because I ran across you and your profile on LinkedIn, and you get thousands of views, a lot of comments. Like, the way that you construct your videos on LinkedIn, you get a lot of people to watch. So I was thinking, like, is Brodo in the U.S. yet? Because it seems like prominent, right? Like perception is reality. So we've had Mark Samuel on our show many times. Like, he's all about how to promote yourself and market yourself on LinkedIn. So I want to go into that. So, like, how have you been able to really build a following on LinkedIn for everyone watching? It seems like with a brand that's small, bootstrapped, and limited distribution, what were some strategies that you used to like get yourself out there on LinkedIn? Like, tell us more about some of those trade secrets.
Yeah, I honestly just started using LinkedIn probably in September or October.
Are you
I
serious?
never really understood.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're getting more
Yeah.
views than
So
I am. I mean, come on. I've been on there for like 10 years,
yeah, I didn't really understand it at first, and I thought that everyone kind of posted similar content to what I post. I kind of just keep it real, and I try to be as transparent as I can be with this journey because like that's what I look for. There's some days when I really struggle, and I'm like, hey, this is so unique to me. Like no one else is experiencing this because a lot of people don't really post the lows or the hardships they go through, or yeah. So it's nice to be transparent and show people everything, not just the things I want people to see. So there are some things that I second guess. I'm like, should I be posting this? This is a professional platform, but just because it's a business platform, it doesn't have to be boring. Like we can have fun with it, and it's a place to network and yeah, be business, but also like you can socialize and have fun with it too.
Yeah, I think like our generation, whether it's Gen Z, Gen X, there's a mass exodus from Facebook right now because it's just once my parents got on Facebook, it was over for me. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
And so LinkedIn is definitely kind of bridging the personal and business where people can share because like you're an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur. We have a lot of entrepreneurs on the show. Personal and business blend together when you're an entrepreneur because you're using so much of your personal time to work on your brand, grow your brand, use your own money to like bootstrap the company and then fund it. So like it bleeds into our personal lives and it becomes very emotional and very, it kind of rocks us at the core, right? When we're running our companies, all the emotional highs and the lows. So I think it's totally cool to share that, how your day is going, whether it's good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter. It's good to be transparent. And I think that's how you're getting a lot of viewers on LinkedIn that really feel you're being authentic, which is really important. So like kudos to you for that, Erica. Let's get into the product. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Let's get into the product as far as and distribution, I should say. So you're in some limited stores in Canada. How has it been getting on the store shelves? When did you launch, by the way?
Yeah, so I launched in December of 2019, so I've been running the business for a little over a year now. I pretend
Good
to be
timing
bigger
on the launch,
than I am.
by the way. Good timing.
Yeah.
The winter time,
I know.
right before a pandemic.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? It really challenged me, and also having a perishable product and then shipping delays with COVID, like that's a whole nother story.
Man, yeah. So it's not easy running a business, and no matter what, even if things were going great economically, still really hard to compete, get in the stores, and really shine. So what is your plan to differentiate yourself, and how are you looking to expand in Canada?
Yeah, so slow and steady. I'm gonna walk before I can run, and as much as I want to get into the States, like that's not something that's gonna be happening soon, because I am such a small business and I'm bootstrapped, and I am taking on debt now. I own 100% of my business, so I have to be really careful with how I execute these next few months. I've been lucky. I signed on with a growth partner and I have a distributor lined up. And then I'm just in the process of searching for a co-packer because right now I manufacture it in a commercial kitchen here in Ottawa. So I am very bootstrapped. I fulfill orders from my living room. I do deliveries every Friday across Ottawa and Gatineau in Quebec for orders to customers locally. And then a couple of mom and pop shops around here.
Awesome. These are the humble beginnings, right? These are the stories where you're wearing many different hats. You're producing it. You're in the commercial kitchen. You're mixing the bowls. You're pouring it into the jars like by hand. You're going to the stores and delivering it. So that's how we started. That's how a lot of brands. Jake Carl's, he started. Mark Samuel, he started. So it's really good to for entrepreneurs watching. It's good to be in all areas of your business because then you learn all aspects of your business. So when you start growing enough and start hiring people, you understand every segment of your business really, really well. Dragon's Den, by the way. Dragon's Den, that's what it's called up in Canada, right?
Yeah, the Canadian one, yeah.
Yeah, so that, for those that don't know, that is the Canadian Shark Tank, is Dragon's Den. There's, God, I keep on forgetting her name. Janice. She's like a woman. She's an entrepreneur. District Ventures. Anyway, so shout out to you, even though I don't remember your full name. I think her name is Janice Dickinson or Janice. I'm trying to remember her name, but
Arlene Dickinson.
Arlene, that's her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Janice. I was not even close. Usually I screw up a person's last name. This time I screwed up her first name. So
first
at least
name.
Good job to me. That's better. So
you got it half right.
Half right. So if I could be half right in life, I would be much more successful right now. So Arlene Dickinson, she's on Dragon's Den. Have you tried reaching out to her? Because she loves women entrepreneurs, women-founded businesses. Have you tried to reach out? Have you tried to apply for Dragon's Den at all?
Yeah, so I actually did apply and I had an audition on Monday. So I hear back in a month or so if I got on. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I think that would be a really cool opportunity.
Oh my God, it would be amazing. So you have not done any auditions yet?
So I auditioned last year, but I was like a few months into my business. I had like $300 in sales or something very small. And here I am like in front of them pitching my product thinking I'm going to get on. But, and then, so I sent in a virtual, like just like a quick, like 1 minute pitch video to, online like a few weeks ago. And then I heard back on the weekend. And then I had like a Zoom call with the producers on Monday. So I sent out some samples and we'll hear back in a month or so because that would be really cool.
Oh my God. I mean, that would be life-changing. And I'll tell you, like from going through the Shark Tank experience, and we were on Shark Tank in January 2020, Genius Juice.
I remember.
Yeah, you remember the wigs and the glasses and the stupid song that people seemed to like. I love karaoke, so I can sing all day. But with the show, what's a big deal is when you get a call back on the show. So you do your first submission, they call you back, they're going into an interview. I'm telling you, I may not know a lot about Dragon's Den, but I know Shark Tank. They're probably similar in nature. There's like this many people that applied. Let me make sure both my hands are in the frame. This many people, and you made the cut, which is now like here. And then there's another cut, and then you'll be here, and then you'll be in a small group of people. I recommend just be larger than life. I kind of had to press myself and push myself a little more. But also, I think you're really authentic and real, and that's going to really come across well on the show. So I really hope that you get on there. So they're filming now. When does it actually air? When is the season for Dragon's Den?
I think they pushed it back last year.
Because of COVID.
It aired in the fall, and then I think this year they're aiming to do the taping in May.
Okay.
So that's their timeline. Yeah.
Got it. Very similar to Shark Tank. Yeah, they tape it in the summer-ish, and then they put it out in the fall. Cool. All right, so let's roll into another topic, which is actually a really great program that we have on our show, and it's called Rapid Fire Questions.
Rapid Fire Questions.
All right. I haven't had my Genius juice today. Like my brain is not firing like it normally is. So I need to get a re-up here. But anyway, so let's go into, these are a bunch of different questions. Just answer the first thing that comes to your mind, and we're going to get through it. And so here we go. You ready?
Should I be scared?
Maybe. Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
So it depends on whether you like, boy bands or not. Okay, so first question, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
Probably Backstreet Boys.
Right on. First thing you do when you wake up?
Open my eyes.
I certainly hope that you're opening your eyes, or we would have a huge problem.
Honestly, the first thing I do when I wake up is think about all the things I have to do that day, probably.
Right. It just comes like crashing down, right? The serenity of waking up and the birds and, the morning dew, and then suddenly it comes crashing down on you, all the responsibilities. Yep. Life of an entrepreneur. Movie you can watch an unlimited amount of times.
Mean Girls, probably.
All right on. Yeah, I remember that. Lindsay Lohan, right?
Yeah,
Song you can listen to an unlimited amount of times.
Ribs by Lorde. I like Lorde. Do you know Lorde?
Yeah, like Royal, the song Royal.
Yeah.
It's about all I know from her, and I only know one line from it. Royal, that's it.
Yeah.
Favorite sport to watch?
Favorite sport to watch? I like going to baseball games. That's fun. I don't think I can watch sports on TV, though. That's not my thing.
Yeah, it's got to be live. Cool.
Yeah.
So our last guest, Jake, guess what he said for sports, being in Canada?
Hockey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or Google Meet? Which software do you like?
I like Zoom.
What is your spirit animal?
My spirit animal. Oh, I don't know. A horse, maybe? Let's say a horse.
That's exactly what Jake said on our last episode.
Oh, really?
I guess horses are really highly respected in Canada. I guess there's something I don't know.
I had horses, so that's why.
Oh, very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. All right, so window seat or aisle seat on an airplane next time you fly?
I like the window seat.
Peanut butter or almond butter or neither?
Oh, I'm a peanut butter lover for sure.
Omnivore, flexitarian, vegetarian, or vegan?
Flexitarian? What's a flexitarian?
That means you kind of go back and forth from meat to vegetarian. Yeah. You can do both. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that, yeah.
Okay. Or it's someone that's that does yoga that eats. Flexitarian. That's a bad joke.
I do not do yoga.
I used to, but I can't do it in classes anymore, so I stopped doing it. So.
Oh.
Yeah, with everything going on. Cold weather or hot weather?
I like the fall, so I like in between.
Okay. LeBron James or MJ?
LeBron James.
I knew it. Ginger or turmeric?
Oh, I hate both of those. Neither.
Okay, so neither. Favorite food or drink if you're stuck on a deserted island and you cannot say Brodo, you cannot say Midday Squares because I know he's your neighbor, and you cannot say Genius Juice.
Yeah, favorite food. Can it be a type of food? I love Italian food, and I love breakfast foods.
These are all things that could be...
Avocado toast.
Okay, that's totally... I think they grow on trees on an island, right? I believe they do. Avocado toast.
Yeah.
Right on. So that is Rapid Fire Questions with Erica Rankin, CEO, founder of Brodo. So any final kind of, the fact that we have entrepreneurs watching, anything you want to share with your experience in a real quick fashion, like 30 seconds or 1 minute advice to any entrepreneurs that are starting a business, and what's really helped you kind of get through some of these, early days? Just tell us maybe a quick kind of 30-second thing as a tip for any entrepreneurs watching.
Yeah, so just don't feel like you're underqualified to launch a business. That's what stopped me from, I guess, jumping into things. I registered my business. I sat on it for a few months because I was so scared. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. But the more you talk to people, no one really knows what they're doing. You'll learn as you go. And have a strong why, because there's going to be lots of hard days and you need something to really push you on those hard days.
Awesome. That is great advice. We all start, we learn, and we evolve along the way. We make mistakes along the way, and then we just get better and better. So I mean, look at me, right? I made so many mistakes, and here I am doing a podcast at 7 o'clock at night in Manhattan Beach, right? So anyway, so thank you, Erica, for joining us. Really appreciate it, and hope you stay healthy and safe. Good luck on growing your brand in Canada and hopefully making it over the border to the U.S. And thank you for joining us on episode 42.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And I have to get my hands on some Genius juice.
You have no idea how many people have asked us from Canada to get Genius Juice, and we just can't logistically do it. So we'll need to figure that out at some point. So, but either way, thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. That is episode 42 of 15 Minutes of Genius with Erica Rankin, CEO and founder of Brodo. We'll have in the comments below her website if you want to check out the product. We'll have a link to her name if you want to check out her profile. So again, big plug to Mark Nicholas, Mark at ManhattanBeachStudios.net. Here's a link below. We should have a dance, like maybe a bouncing coconut, with the words. So again, thank you for tuning in. And one last thing, stay genius, my friends.
Genius for life. Coconut smoothies coming at you.